And we're live. Welcome to the CMAT EUROCOUNTRY listening party. And we're going to listen to the songs on Spotify together and talk about them. This, I think, is one of the best albums of 2025. CMAT, if you don't know who CMAT is, I first heard of through the Adam Buxton podcast, but then I waited months and months and months before actually listening to her. I kind of made a decision, and I wasn't even really like blown away by like the interview or the performances on it. But the album as a whole, when I listened to it, that was it. I was like, I'm in. I love this. So CMAT is the stage name of Ciara Mary-Alice Thompson from Dunboyne in Ireland, in I think Meath. And this album is a real mix of things. Like people say a lot of times, but I feel like she uses her idiosyncrasies and her things that you might think make her a little bit different or unusual. She uses those to her advantage to make herself completely unique. And it's country pop, it's witty, it's clever, it's self-effacing, it's quite sharp. It's got emotional weight in there as well. It's a really, really fun in places, but heartbreaking in other places. So yeah, we're going to get into this. If you get onto Spotify, we're going to go through some of the tracks, maybe not all of them. You know, for example, the first part of it is in Irish, and you know, none of the album is kind of pandering to anything. It's all her, and that's what I really like about it. I didn't listen to her first couple of albums. I've gone back and listened to them, but I feel this is the most realized of her albums since listening to them all. This is the third one. It was released in August 2025. It riffs on this idea of Euro country because of the Euro and some of the sad things that have happened in Ireland since the advent of the Euro, but then also it's her Euro country, but then it's got country elements to the songs. You know, the loss and isolation, capitalism is all in there. And, you know, the financial crash of 2008 is in there. And I think it had a big effect on politics in Ireland. So I think that's pretty amazing. Loneliness is in there, identity, but none of it feels like it's just virtue signaling or ticking a box. It's about her life and how she feels about things. And it's so open to the point where I imagine sometimes people will really have a go at her about it, possibly. And I think it feels like a really brave album because I think there was a story she said on the Adam Buxton podcast about kind of going into school and dressing in a certain way on her first day and thinking it would be very elegant, and then just kind of getting called a slur and being treated really unusually. She's kind of leaned into this idea of I'm unabashedly myself, and I love that. Grief is in there and celebrity, and it really pushes her forward from the other albums. There's lots of, you know, challenging music on there as well, just in terms of like without her voice. So it is the best thing she's made, I think. I think she'd probably say that herself. So I'm going to start with the title track. I'm going to press play. It starts with an intro, an Irish intro, and I'll talk a little bit about it once we've gone through. I'm going to listen to it on my two devices. So I've pressed play. And I'm also going to listen to it on my phone as well. Yeah. So you can follow the lyrics on screen as well as you're listening along. Okay. So Bertie on her shirt there is a reference to politician Bertie Ahern. And I believe that he was thinking of making a political comeback, and a lot of people in the country had sort of a negative opinion of him related to the euro and the way it went for the everyday folks. And her reference about that, her mentioning him, I think had a negative effect on his campaign. I think he said he wasn't going to run. I think he didn't run it again for re-election or election. So that was the title track, Euro Country. It goes in so many different directions. The next track will be completely different again. Irish language intro, so instantly, it's going to alienate a lot of people who don't know that language. It's the post-boom song, but also my notes, I was like, it's really heavy song thematically, loss, economic fallout, but also like loving your country and loving where you're from and the things that it gives you. And it's her Euro country. So I really like that. So the next song is going, and I'm not an expert on the sort of the financial issues in Ireland. And to be honest, it was the first time I kind of really looked into it in any depth was because of this because of this song, this album. So it made me actually do a bit of studying. So the next one I'm going to listen to is called the Jamie Oliver Petrol Station, which is funny and also, oh man, it's just great. So next song is Jamie Oliver Petrol Station. It's the 4th track on the album. I'm going to press play very soon. I'm going to press play now. Let's get the lyrics up. Okay, so that was an interesting song. So yeah, there's so that one is, as it said, Jamie Oliver petrol station. So it's kind of satirical. It's very clever. It uses this idea of like the celebrity chef having like a deli at the side of the motorway, um, as like a kind of frustration with capitalism, but also like culture and just not liking things and then being upset with yourself for just being like kind of mean and not liking them for no apparent reason. Just, I don't like that. And then kind of, I guess, as a singer or a celebrity, you're also one of those things that people just go, I don't like. So you kind of hyper aware of being like that about other people. So I find that a really fascinating song, and it was one of the first ones I heard of hers. Um, there's I mean, there's so many really, really good songs on here. There's one about like a friend of hers passing away, and which is really heartbreaking. Called Lord Let That Tesla Crash, which I recommend. Coronation Street, about kind of, I think she used to live near the Coronation Street set, and she was like dreaming about people going out and partying after filming or something, and her like kind of being in her mid-20s there and not doing anything, just being at home, and kind of her life slipping away. So it's kind of it's quite an interesting one. Lord Let That Tesla Crash is a really heartbreaking one, sort of existential crisis as well of and kind of thinking about the past too. So there's lots of stuff in there. One the one that went viral that you might know is called "Take a Sexy Picture of Me," which is like kind of about body image, and it's quite sad, like kind of thinking about how young she was when she started thinking about her body and doing things to it, like waxing her legs with tape and stuff to kind of fit this public gaze, or kind of seeing yourself in a certain glamorous way at such a young age, and then talking about feeling like you've got this limited shelf life as well in the song. So that's quite an interesting one. Let's play one more. Oh yeah, 365 as well is a really good one. Um, which are 365, and which I really like is that she uses her accent. And I'm not making fun there. That's what it's called. It's like 365. Um, the using something that could be seen as a negative as a real positive, as a unique selling point, and it actually makes her songs more authentic and better, that she sings in her own accent and that she uses turns of phrase, and she's got a great turn of phrase, and the way she kind of references so many different things but makes them all really poignant, and then they don't feel like they're just like kind of making things, they're not just done for a reason of like, oh, this is popular now, this will fit the algorithm. So let's do, oh man, there's so many. What should we do next? Let's do Take a Sexy Picture of Me, because that's quite a famous, or the most famous one on the album, I would say, and it's probably the most clear, in the sense of you can work out what it's about pretty much straight away. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. I know it's like there's been a few teething troubles. I've never done a listening party before, and I'm kind of sat here saying nothing in between, but I am typing in the chat. So if you want to ask something about it that I might be able to either find out, or what I think about it, really, I'm just saying I like this album. I think it's one of the best albums of the year. So let's Take a Sexy Picture of Me up, and then we'll maybe do one or two more, and we'll do this like almost like a little test. Okay, so I'm pressing play on that. Now, boom. Let's see if I can get the lyrics up as well. There we go. We can. Hmm. Wow, what an end to a song. I never that really hit me that time. It was just like just doing whatever it takes for someone to be nice to you, someone to notice you or like you or think that you're in your prime or something. Oh my word. That's so that is an experience that I can't identify with, but it's heartbreaking to hear someone say it in such a way so that you can understand it. And that's the only way you're going to understand things is listening to other people's experiences of stuff. And that actually is well, I always thought it was a sad song and put in a really sort of poppy, one of the most poppy songs. Like I think it's like soul country, but that's what I call it. But like it's definitely presented in quite a poppy way. Um, but it's so sad. It's so sad. So yeah, that's a such an incredible song. Like not many people can do that. Can put those things all together and it still be good. um, Running planning is one I didn't mention earlier on as well. Um, Running planning you may have seen at gigs and stuff, and she really throws herself into the performance of that. And sometimes the way she, like, I've seen interviews where she said, like, the reason she dresses in stuff that's like very kind of provocative or is to kind of get a negative reaction and be like, kind of like fuck you when she gets it. Like, who are you to say I can't wear this ridiculous thing? If I want to wear something ridiculous, I will. Which is pretty much I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much the what I got from some of those interviews, which I think is really good way of dealing with criticism and in a way baiting it to make it very clear that it's nonsense that you're the idiot for even saying it. Like people who say negative stuff to you online, why? What are they doing? What's going on in their brains? Just be cool to people. Um, so let's do. I was thinking I'm gonna do. Hmm, let's do Lord Let That Tesla Crash because that's a very different song. Like this can be our last one, I think. I'll do this as like a test run of listening parties. And if you've enjoyed it and if you watched it vertically or horizontally, then let me know and we can do another one. The hard bit is kind of sitting on screen and not doing anything or not saying anything while the songs are on. But that's the most important bit. And the other way, that way. I kind of want to engage with people in the chat and add information in the chat and kind of make it a bit like a pop-up video kind of thing, if you're old enough to remember pop-up video. So let's finish with the last song. Let's finish with track 10 on the album, Lord Let That Tesla Crash. So much going on in this song as well. Let's see what else I wrote in my notes about this. Oh, so yeah, this one is quite dramatic, I think. Contemporary iconography in it, but also like I think it's about loss and losing someone and feeling guilty about forgetting them, or the fact that your life, when you lost them, your life wasn't that exciting. And like now it is, if it is in her case, it probably is a lot more exciting now because she's become like a big star. Um, kind of trying to hold on to positive memories of people, but there are also negative ones there as well. And seeing things, I don't know, it's just great. Let's just hear what you think about it. I'm really interested in what you think about it. I just like the songs, man. So let's start Let That Tesla Crash. I'll press play on that now. Let's get the lyrics up for you. Oh, by the way, I love the use of trees and tree in this. Wow, sharing this with you and listening to this with you and really focusing on the lyrics as I'm listening to it has been quite a powerful experience. I think it's, you know, a really rare album where it can evoke genuine feeling in you because you feel that some of the things that they're saying is in a way that is crystallizing a feeling that you may have experienced in even a small way, and you know that it's incredibly raw and real, and it doesn't matter about how they put that across. It might be in a poppy dance thing, or it might be in a little ballad, or it might be in whatever it is, a country or soul way or whatever it is. You know when something is heartbreakingly, achingly sad, but put in a way that you want to listen to, because I'm not one for watching sad movies and watching and reading sad books and stuff and wanting to wallow in things or open up about things. That's just not the way I work. But I kind of get the feeling that she's like that too, and the only way she does that is in her music, and then that's where she's completely open. And I feel like the success of this album is a testament to that openness. So yeah, there's 12 songs on here, and I would say, and I'm quite harsh when it comes to things like this, but like I would say there's like 11, maybe 10 amazing songs on here. Running Planning is a great one. Like milestones and expectations, planning, which we all try and do, and then sometimes think we shouldn't. And it's nice to live in the moment and all that kind of stuff. Ready is a good one. Ready to Change and Grow, and there's just so many good ones. And we didn't listen to 365, Foive, which sounds like I'm being horribly, well, literally that's where it says Foive. And I have got Irish family, so that means absolutely nothing. But yeah, it's a good one to really just listen from the first track to the end and give it a go. It was not something I got into straight away, and it was almost something that I just was like, nah, I don't think this person hasn't got like the vocals is not going to be like my favorite artist, like say Jeff Buckley, where I'm just going to hear the vocals straight away and be like, wow. It's not like that. She's a great singer, but it's an experience, and it's like an openness, and it's very fresh and it's new, and it's just very rare that people do. The reason I've done this, I think, for my first one of these listening parties, maybe first and last, who knows, is because it's very rare you get good albums these days. There are good songs and good tracks. Even Sam Fender, who won the big award recently, like I love Sam Fender. I think he's great, but he's done maybe like on his albums, I would say 50% of the songs on them are great. But he hasn't done his great album. Whereas I think this is a great album. This might be the best new album I've heard this year. But yeah, let me know what you think about CMAT in the comments. And let me know about this format, if you enjoyed it or not. I've definitely enjoyed sharing it with you. And hopefully you've played along and listened along and you've got your own thoughts. But I really do appreciate you spending the time with me, even if it's just been like a few people popping in just to say hi and things like that, or even if you've been watching and just listening to me chat and then listening to the music, that's been awesome too. I really do. I've really enjoyed it. So have a lovely weekend where I'm recording this. It is a Friday, so I don't know, enjoy your homemade limoncello. I don't know. But I'm sure I will see you again. And thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye.